6:30, conservation meeting for Tuesday, January 21st, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room is now open. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes for January 7th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And there's a new public hearing for 387 South Elm Street that I will read in. Under the Wetlands Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section 40 MGL, as amended, the West Bridgewater Wetlands Protection Bylaw and Rules and Regulations, Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on January 21st, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room, 65 North Main Street, on request for determination applicability at 387 South Elm Street for in addition to a single-family dwelling with an additional driveway. All right, all set.
Hello, Samantha from WB Consulting.
How are you?
I'm here on behalf of the applicants, the Cragans. Would you guys like me to share my screen, or do you have it in front of you
We've got it,
at the
I
town hall?
believe, don't we?
If you want to share that way there, we do have couple people in the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are here tonight on behalf of the Cragans, proposing a single-family addition to their dwelling at 387 South Elm Street. Here we have the proposed addition over to the left of the home. The addition will also include an additional driveway out front. The addition will serve as an in-law suite to the dwelling. The existing dwelling has 3 bedrooms currently, and their septic is sized for 4 bedrooms. So with the addition of the 1-bedroom in-law suite, we does not require a septic upgrade. We also have some grading around the addition here. The wetlands out back are associated with the Hockomock Swamp. Per request of the conservation agent Tim Hay, we have added some infiltration for the driveway as well as the dwelling. Up front we have a stone depression. Existing grades kind of push the runoff towards this area where the existing stone depression is, and we have a French drain proposed for the addition of the building. We're asking for an RDA as there's very minimal disturbance within the buffer zone. We have some very minimal grading and a portion of the proposed deck in the rear. We are providing some erosion control. We have some straw wattles going around the perimeter of the limit of work to mitigate any potential runoff towards these wetlands. We are going to add some conservation markers out back just to kind of demarcate the limit of the wetlands back there. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
How far is it off the property line is the addition?
The addition is 22.1 feet from the property line.
So do you have,
This corner up here.
don't they have to get permission for the neighbor if it's possible to build there?
I think it meets the setback.
I believe it meets all
It
zoning
does meet- 'cause I
setbacks.
thought when it did the house next to my house, it had to be 35 feet.
Because it was a separate dwelling. Could-
Oh, it was separate, okay,
right,
okay.
it-
But isn't it, well, no, it's like, well, you could,
I think I think it's 10 feet.
is it 10? I thought they said
I think
something
it's
had to be
15 and 10
35 or something.
for the separate, I think, because it's a
Zoning.
separate
Wow.
dwelling.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Not the addition, yeah.
But this could now, what happens if this
Side-
turns to be,
Side setback in this zoning district is 20 feet.
okay. So it's right close then.
So it appears as though the water in the neighbor's house flows towards Dylan's house, and Dylan's flows towards the neighbor, so it's sort of like a,
There's kind of a
Naturally
swell
flows
between the
to
two
the front,
properties
yeah.
that either channels it to the back or to the
Yeah.
low point in the
I can
front.
see the drop off there, yeah. Okay.
The only question I'll have, and maybe Dylan knows, and it predates stormwater.
Okay.
The 2-inch and the 4-inch pipes in the back, I'm assuming the roof drain, or the gutters, and the other one's a sump pump?
The 2 inches of sump pump, the 4 inch, I have no idea what it does, nothing. I've never seen
Okay.
anything come out of it. I don't know, do you know?
All right, now, just when I went and checked the flagging, I saw that there was like a 4-inch pipe at the end with a clean out on one end, at the top of it a little bit, and
Yep.
had no idea what it was for.
Same,
No water's been through that at all?
no,
Really?
not that I've seen.
And the only other thing I'll say, Samantha, is the end of the driveway that connects to the road, I thought I put it in the recommendation, but putting a pipe underneath it, just so that country swale continues through.
Okay,
Yeah, that would be my only other recommendation. I have no other issues with the project as proposed.
You guys had any issues with that swell in the middle?
Which, in between me and him?
Yeah,
No.
it's just, everything's been flowing good?
Right now, he has grading and mine is kind of low. This will be new grading going back towards him, so.
You guys haven't had any issues?
No.
No. Good. Well, I guess there's nothing else to, and everything up to the back, to the markers of where they're gonna be is all, grass?
It's all existing.
Yeah, it's all existing lawn.
Okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Entertain a motion to issue a -3 determination with conditions.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All good.
All right, thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Bill.
thank you. Have a nice night.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, John.
See you.
See you later.
Hey, question for you on that new, because I was reading about that thing in past two, as far as the addition and stuff goes, being two-family in-law.
Yep.
Yeah, that's-
I mean, they really don't
Talking about-
differentiate anywhere, right? Between the difference between, I mean, the state. I mean, my concern would be, again, everybody in town could put one of these on, everything could be a two-family,
Yeah.
which I got no issue with, you know,
It-
Dylan. I won't be
it's-
around that long, but eventually, at some point,
It could
I mean,
be.
it could be-
it's, the state says by right,
right,
any single-family lot
right.
can have an ADU, either attached or unattached, by
Provided they
right.
got the room to put it in there.
I mean, they
Right.
still have
But
to
I mean, you
meet,
could rent it out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so, I mean, as far as the town goes, all
it
these,
can only
all
be
these
900
single-family
square
houses can
feet,
leave,
and it
right,
still has to meet the zoning setbacks.
right.
But
Yeah, I mean,
you
there's quite
can
a
add
few
a
that can go
900
away.
square foot
Yeah,
unit,
right.
however you want it, whether it's a granny
then-
pod or
And then they're
a
gonna allow
garage or-
2 curb cuts for all the, yeah, I mean, it could be a
That's-
disaster. I
that's
mean, I know
still-
it's not you guys as a
They
state,
still
but-
haven't figured it out. I mean,
No,
this
no.
is all new to me too.
and the taxes and everything,
Yeah,
like
so
you were
figure
saying
that out.
before.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's yet to be determined how that all plays out. We're
I think
just
they get that all
Is it
straightened
learning
out.
how we're gonna have to live with it.
Yeah.
It's been signed in though.
Yeah, but,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
But you think they'd figure this out before they did sign it in?
So
Yeah.
that's not good.
I mean, for everybody in
Yeah.
town, I mean, just anywhere protecting your property. I mean, if everybody had 2 families, I got nothing against the in-law, and again,
Yeah.
I got no issues with Dylan doing it.
No,
But I'm just saying, further down the line, everybody in town, I mean,
And it starts with good intentions.
yeah, oh yeah,
But
yeah,
You say
20
goodbye,
years, you sell the
sell
property
house
and,
Yeah.
what happens to the good intentions, you don't know. what's
right, they're
gonna happen.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Not
crazy.
saying that you're gonna do that, but I'm just
No,
saying that
crazy.
you never know.
The reason we're doing the in-laws with the intent for my, for my parents to move in, and then when I get old, I live there. So we're planting our flag in West Bridgewater, hopefully
Yeah,
never selling the house.
that's the good intentions right there. Yeah. Well, good luck.
See how it
Good
all
luck.
goes.
hey, we'll see, it's nice.
See ya.
thank you.
Alright, the next one is continued hearing for 506 West Center Street.
506 West Center sent a email request to continue till February 18th. I believe they're making progress, so.
And here,
I just, Kev Sullivan, just came for the meeting.
Okay.
Conservation, wasn't, really, know what, is going on here, so I just wanna come and see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, not got much going on tonight, but
Yeah, I
You
see,
Almost
just
done.
missed a hearing.
yes,
Yeah, there was-
I missed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't
Did you
too
have any
big.
questions?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about it?
Just
anything?
some questions about the project with the school over
Oh,
what's it, the Mary Vega? Is that what it's called?
Rose.
I don't know, the Rose, yes, Rose
Okay.
McDonald.
Well, we'll do that in a minute, and then,
Yeah, you
if
wanna
everything's
just
all
vote for
set
this
with
and then we can open it? Yep.
Okay, so I'll
Yes.
entertain a motion to continue the hearing to, February 18th.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now you can ask questions.
I just wondering, how back the conservation goes over there. That failed in the, where the bridges, the crosses, is that all conservation?
It's, well, Tim could answer, it's not all delineated
It's-
yet, and
Right, I mean, at this point, the land that's out there, there is wetlands.
Yes.
There's considerable wetlands on
I
the
spoke with
property.
Tim last week, so,
Yeah, they haven't delineated it yet.
yes.
I know that they're planning some test pits. I believe they have 3, but they're in the front of the building. They're the North Elm Street entrance. As
Okay,
you go in, they've got 3 posts or markers put where they want to do test pits.
yeah,
I haven't seen any test pit markers set for out in the fields.
okay,
I think they may have done some borings or something and found that it was better to look elsewhere,
okay,
is my guess. But
yeah,
at this point, they haven't delineated anything. I did check where those 3 test pits potentially are. It doesn't, I know they're not in a wetland. How close they are to one, I'm not sure.
now
That they-
what's the well, does that mean conservation type, or what's that?
Well, if it's a wetland, they're not allowed to do digging in the
Yes.
wetland,
Okay,
so they'd have to be outside of it. So where they're looking to do their test pits appears to be outside of any wetland area, so there's no jurisdiction for the commission, unless it's within 100 feet. Where they haven't delineated or asked us to look or set any lines, we don't know where the wetlands are.
that's the key.
So,
the
as they said at the meeting,
delineation.
that's in their next phase to get that all delineated,
you
so
know
that,
where the wetlands are?
Yeah, not yet, not really,
Not until they get out there and delineate everything out.
Yeah,
so.
I have all conservation posts around my house that says wetlands.
Oh,
that's good.
no doubt.
At least
it's
you know where
there.
yours is.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
and that's what we take into account when we
Yeah.
start verifying what they've delineated for their
can
wetland
I
line.
take those posts up and,
Nope.
That's part of, it's on record and they were required to be there.
yeah,
So theoretically, this project could require them eventually as well, on the town property. You know, the commission,
Oh, I mean, we could do it. no
we,
matter
right,
what.
it's part of their order of conditions,
Yeah.
which, there'll be a whole public
Yeah.
hearing process that they'll have to go through.
very close to that area, so
Mhm.
we're gonna have a lot of problems, I feel, you know?
where are you at, on the,
128 Crest Crescent,
on the backside?
yes, on the backside of the school, right at the path, yeah.
It's,
So, I already get tons of water,
a lot of unknowns at this point. I
yeah.
mean,
I got no water in the basement yet, but it's in my yard, it's coming from on the other side of the post. And I spoke to, you know, DPW, they came out and checked it a few times, they said they can't find nothing. I go out there and I see dam, and I know it's coming from there. So it's just, I've gone to conservation before, and they said they can't do nothing. So,
Well, when
I
we
just-
start this process, which
Yeah.
God knows when we'll get to that point, come to the meetings.
Yeah,
Ask all the
okay.
questions you want,
Okay.
and you'll be able to see what we're
no,
asking.
we don't know what that's gonna happen at all.
At this point, it's probably, I would doubt anything would happen before early spring.
Yeah,
I mean, they can't delineate the wetland line and have it certified
yeah,
until March or April,
okay.
so,
All right, so it'll be a little while.
yeah.
So when's the next meeting for conservation?
We meet the first and third Tuesdays of every month,
Oh, okay,
so,
very good.
and if you check the town's website,
So I can hold
The-
off for a little while.
yeah, the agenda will be posted and
Okay.
it'll be on there,
All right, very
if
good.
there's anything to do with the school comes up.
Yes, all right, very good.
Or you can email me or
Yeah.
contact the office
Yes, I
and I'll
will.
let you
Yeah,
know.
I just wanted to come and just hear what
Yeah.
else going on.
Yeah, you're welcome, and
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
appreciate
wait, wait. Tim, who is delineating the wetlands? Who's
The
doing
engineering company will hire,
that? They do that?
yep, somebody to do it.
Okay, and exactly, how are the test pits related to that delineation?
Well, the test bits they end up having to do, this is more or less, I assume, for septic design.
Okay,
They'll have to do it probably again for stormwater design. Because normally they won't put both in a similar area. So
That's what it is.
they'll have stormwater
It's
somewhere
mostly
and they'll have
stagnant
septic somewhere.
stormwater, I think,
And
that
then
comes
do they
back,
do it
I
different
think.
times of the year? Or does it change? or-
To do test pits now, you basically can do them any time of year. They have to do a percolation test to find out how fast it drains for their septic design.
Depending on
Which-
how good the soils
As
are.
long as the ground's not frozen, they can pretty much
Yeah.
do that any time of year.
Do they need the septic with the proposed,
Well, they'll still need a leaching field to treat some,
even
have
if
it-
we build the plant? The,
they'll have to get rid of the water somewhere.
somewhere, yeah.
So, and I think that's why they're looking with the test pits now is design the septic first
Yeah,
and then deal with the stormwater
right.
issue second. Because they can't find an area big enough
It's a
to
tricky site. I'll
put
tell
in
you
a
that.
Yeah, I
leaching.
just seen them, the field mowed last week, and I was like, something's going on. I've asked them numerous times, they mowed it once since I moved here, and they can't, they have nobody to mow it, so what's going on?
Well,
you know?
I'm waiting till the delineation happens,
Yeah.
so we can figure out what part of that field is wetlands, because they did mow through a wetland, so.
One of the things we
Yeah,
deal
so
with
it's-
a lot is homes that are being built in butters, and where's the water
many.
going and all of that, we get into
Yeah.
that a lot, so
But
Yeah.
it shouldn't affect
it should
Yeah.
affect, should.
with all that. Anymore, if not, it should help on your end,
Hopefully, I hope that, yeah.
so.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into
Designed
that
for-
later on, I guess, yeah. All right, thanks for
Thank you
your
for
time.
Yep,
Thank you,
come
thank
come
you,
by anytime.
thank you very much.
Yep. And I already did the signing of the documents.
There are two things I have on the administrative side. We actually have USDA designation now for West Bridgewater farmlands of local important designation. So if any of these farm parcels were to want to get APR restrictions or USDA Soil Conservation Service credits or funding, it gives us one more tool to apply for more dollars and more
That's what that was,
more money
yeah.
for that.
Good.
Thank you.
So USDA has signed off on that and agreed with it. We also are looking into online permitting software, which I sent you out the packet for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure, I'm reading them, like, what the heck is this all about?
The initial cost to purchase, we look like we can get grant money for. So the initial outlay would be covered for grant money. It's the yearly maintenance costs and service fees. Right now, it's the permitized system that the building department uses. They're looking to add selectmen, Board of Health, and Conservation to that. There might be reduced rates if there are more people that go to it. We're trying to figure out, because it's basically, for conservation, it's about a $5,000 a year fee
For maintenance.
for the maintenance and the service part of.
I mean, we easily take in
Yeah,
that
so
kind of
we should-
money.
I mean,
Yeah,
I see pluses and minuses. I see over time, it's gonna make it easier for record keeping.
that's what I was gonna ask you, what the
We're having
benefit
to-
might be.
Most of these larger projects, I have to receive weekly reports on stormwater systems and controls.
Right,
This, they could just apply, upload to the system, and they would be accessible from the online system. Right now, they have to come to me via email, then I have to download them, put them into folders, and sort through them all.
cumbersome.
It takes a little bit longer. It's also reverses that we're supposed to be getting stormwater reports annually for some of these projects. They could submit those all online. It would track it, so it would automatically flag it with an email or notice going back to the owner and the applicant saying that
Yeah.
your report is now due, please send it in. So, I mean, I foresee that there are pluses over time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it can't take all the stuff we already have and put it into the system.
Right.
It's only from this date kind of going forward, which,
So less paper,
right, I mean, it helps get rid of a lot of the paper and the,
I mean, we don't ask
I mean,
a
for,
lot,
for what you've cleaned up there
yeah.
is
right, so I mean, I think,
manageable though. Is
originally I was
manageable.
against it because they said $5,000 is a lot of money every year.
Yeah.
Not,
But
well,
we've
depends.
consolidated staff, we've consolidated a lot of the secretarial and administrative help we had, so I said if we could have given it a little more efficient and make it a little easier to process applications. You'd also be able to take online payments, so that we wouldn't have to worry about checks coming in and doing all
You
that.
look at some of the IT contracts we have around town, and
And it's
not
also,
mega bucks or hassle
there are
for.
other vendors, so we're looking at to see
Sure.
what other vendors can offer, what other ones that Permitize has for
They
software.
may have additional modules as time goes on that might be of interest.
Right, I mean, I've looked at some of the other towns that use Permitize and have this module, and they can customize it so that their stormwater bylaw, the permitting for that could be incorporated into it.
Oh, that's good.
So it would make almost everything we do easier.
But even if you can't get a grant, you know,
Yeah, we could,
I would
Well, for
certainly
the-
do a capital
We could take the money.
expense.
For the initial outlay for the software itself purchasing, there's grant money for that. It's
Okay.
coming up with the,
That's wonderful.
if
Yeah.
you think it's something worthwhile, I'm kind of looking at it that it would be worthwhile if we can
Hmm.
go before the town and say, hey, we'd like to go
Yeah.
for this, with the annual fee being absorbed into the budget somehow, somewhere.
we should be able to pay for the maintenance yearly without any problems.
All of our delineation fees and
Yeah.
all of that.
Right,
you know,
with the-
So, I mean, that should be no problem.
No,
So that was,
if it makes you know, that's technology.
Hmm.
So I'd be in favor, sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in favor.
all right, then I will
Move forward.
move forward with working through that one.
As
Yeah.
long as you're comfortable working with it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That would
I've
be the-
been using the permitized building
Yeah.
software. It also allows you to request sign-offs. So, like this RDA, before we fully signed off, I could send a request to the Board of Health. That if they approve the septic system, if there was a change, or the building department to approve the setbacks and the zoning, that we couldn't issue until we get all the sign backs saying,
Right.
it's been approved, it's okay, it's a buildable location. So there's, instead of having to track
There's
down
a lot
somebody.
of
in it.
benefits, yeah. A lot of
So-
benefits.
Seems like it would streamline it
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, I think it could make it much more efficient than.
Yeah.
Yep. One more, yeah.
Excuse me, I just have two, the RDA from last time and tonight's. And other than that, that's all I had. It's just that top sheet, you don't have to do,
No,
yeah, they're
no,
just
no.
the,
Oh, just the
Yeah, I
top
just-
one? Okay.
yep. And, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep. I did them a little different just because I know they're gonna wanna pick them up within the next couple days, so, yeah.
Get going.
I would like to comment, I appreciated the comments that you made at the school, that school meeting,
Oh,
when you got up and spoke on behalf of the conservation needs that have not been addressed, and that need to be addressed by the project.
Wow.
thank you.
The
Just-
delineation.
Yeah, everything you said.
I
Do you
just,
have any representation on that, are you on that?
No.
building? Seems like they got like 25 people on that.
they've got a very large contingent, but it was odd that they only asked the police, fire, and the water department for input
Yeah.
before they,
On what?
on the new school project.
School.
Yeah.
Well, I hope, yeah, I mean, my hope would be they don't get out so far down the road that.
Right, I mean, I agree, we need
breaks are
a new
going on.
facility somewhere,
Yeah.
but spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and
Get a little more
not know
input.
what your working footprint is.
Yeah.
You spoke very clearly, and I appreciated that, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of unanswered questions here.
All right, that being, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you very much.
Have a good night, Steve.